son, all you bitches love to hate.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm WD, and this is
Violet.
We're going to bring you your Smackdown review. It's first Smackdown of October. It was okay overall. I mean, we'll get into what the overall is on it, and most importantly, what Violet thinks of it.
Most definitely.
But starting off the show, we had a video package. It was highlights of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and their feud up to this point. That the feud up to this point is relevant. It's needed. Both of them are former Shield members, and it's always interesting after tag teams break up to, continue, a feud with one another, I believe, just like Cesaro and Swagger. We're going into SmackDown. I didn't expect much of a show.
SmackDown, what can you
Starting
say?
off the show, we saw John Cena talking about how the Authority curb stomped him, and Seth Rollins started saying how he was destroyed by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and how it had 16 suplexes to him, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did too.
You like John Cena?
Not really, no.
No, you don't think so? You don't like John Cena? Well, that's a debatable factor. I'm sure there's a lot of big split difference in the crowd, out there. I'm personally not a Cena fan. I am an older school wrestling fan, and he just doesn't fit the mold of what I believe a wrestler should be, in my opinion. Now, Violet here may have another opinion as to his relevancy in the WWE. I think him getting squashed by Lesnar was pretty much it for him. I don't believe that there's going to be a big push for him, not anytime in the near future.
I think it's actually the opposite. I mean, I think they did that on purpose because Brock, he's this big macho man. John Cena is the hero in everybody's eye, technically.
The Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, pretty much the Hulk Hogan of this generation.
Not in
So
my eyes.
him, almost beating Brock is really big. And that's why him blowing up on Seth is a really big
He
deal
went
right
on
now.
to say that, anybody new in the WWE that thinks that they can step up, they have to go through him first. I personally think he's going to need a bigger shovel with all these guys coming out of NXT.
Yeah, NXT, definitely.
Look at Adrian Neville. That guy's insane. Sami Zayn, he's real good too. Check him. He calls out Rollins, which makes Dean Ambrose pretty upset. He decides to come out and confront John Cena. Now, them two go face off with one another, thinking that
Seth
each
is
one,
mine.
yeah, Seth is mine, and I want to get Seth first.
Oh,
And
he did me worse, that type of thing.
Cena says that he did him dirty by costing him his title shot at Night of Champions, and Ambrose says...
Yeah. Dean's all like, well, it could have cost me my career what he did to me.
With the curb stop on the cinder blocks, absolutely. But I don't know. It's kayfabe. It's a fun storyline, I suppose. It does kind of suck that they have to involve John Cena in every hot angle that is going on in the WWE. This is one of the hottest storylines brewing in the WWE. If they have anything to offer right now, it's this one. Two young, talented wrestlers are fixing to go at it, hopefully in the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
That is coming up. Ambrose comes out, talks all this smack to Cena. They look like they're getting ready to square off, and then Cena sticks out his hand and says, "You know what? You're right, man. How about we do this? Fair game. First guy gets him, right?"
Yep.
And then who pops up on the big screen?
Randy Orton, Kane,
They
and
referenced
Seth
a few
Rollins.
issues in the past between Dean Ambrose when he was with the Shield
And
and
what they said about
John Cena and vice versa.
locker room and
Saying that Dean called him a overgrown action figure that couldn't even wrestle his way out of a cereal box.
Fruity Pebbles.
He ultimately pans out for this thing being the main event setup. It's going to be Randy Orton and Kane versus John Cena and Dean Ambrose. Once again, this happened on Monday night, so WWE's
flashback.
really been on these series things. They like to run series. Like really trying to buy Dean Ambrose and John Cena storyline. They want the tension there. Ultimately, it's not going to happen. They're going to be good. They're going to,
They'll
end
tag
up
team
conquering them like John Cena conquers everybody. So next up, we have one of my squashers, Damien Sandow. He's a sad story.
I personally like him. He's a great great character before they started changing his gimmick.
The whole Money in the Bank thing, you know, with that squash match with John Cena on Raw where he lost his Money in the Bank.
Ever since then, he's just been put down the toilet, and it's sad.
Now, him and The Miz ended up wrestling Sheamus and Ziggler. Sheamus is the United States champion. Ziggler is the Intercontinental champion. And Damien Sandow is Damien Mizdow. The Miz is what did you think about Sheamus's beard? You were telling me something about
Yeah, I noticed this. It looks like he's starting to grow out his beard. I don't know. It's not November yet, right? Because that's the no shave rule, right?
I guess so, yeah. At least in the National Football League. But maybe he's working on something for the future. Maybe a turn on a heel gimmick where he's like maybe a pissed off brawling Irishman or something, you know. Yeah. I can think of 100 things to make him.
Yeah, but I've noticed that his beard is starting to grow a little bit.
Right? It is, you know. They're not letting him shave down, you know. But, hey, that'd be all right. In this match, Sandow that week, he got beat up all over the place. I guess that's kind of his deal now, is just to get beat up and wear different ridiculous costumes to the ring and stuff. Yeah. And then the most irritating thing in the world, which I cannot stand, and another thing I can rant for an hour about this, commercials in the middle of matches.
Why do they do that?
I don't.
Because you know for a fact that the match is not going to end during the commercial break.
Well, yeah, of course not. Why would it?
So nothing special is going to happen during this commercial break.
It's like giving away, hey, we're kind of fake. You know, and like
nothing's important is in this match.
What happened to blurring the line between realism and fake? What was real and what was fake? They don't even care anymore. But it's about plugging that app. I mean, everything's social media. They want to plug that app. They want people to jump on the app during the commercial breaks.
What's it called?
The second screen. They want you. They I guess they do highlights on that during the commercials, but. Nonetheless, still irritating. Miz and Sandow would dominate this whole match for the most part with a bunch of unimpressive moves. Mm-hmm. The only real offense in this match was a few spots at his Sheamus. He's been used kind of lightly these days.
Yeah. Maybe
they're nursing him maybe he's got a little injury or something we don't know about. But Dolph gets in, and then that's when the show really lights up.
Yeah, he goes really fast. It was almost unrealistic.
That's right. You know, like, it was never one of my favorites. But over the weeks, he's starting to grow on me. He's really showing a lot more. And more, I don't like his gimmick, you know, the whole Mr. Ass ripoff thing from the Attitude Era, but that's okay, I guess. He did win Sheamus to bring a chair into the ring after Ziggler hit the zigzag, which was sloppy.
Yeah,
Ziggler picks up the win, and Sheamus with the chair sees Sandow crouched over. I think it would have been cool if Sandow could have got up and Sheamus could have cracked him in the head with the chair, but they don't do that no more.
Yeah, they can't do that no more.
Too bad.
TNA.
Yeah, there's always TNA.
Want some violence? There you go.
There you go. Full Metal Mayhem this Wednesday. But anyways, he ended up hitting him in the back, and that was pretty much that. They ran off, and that was the end of that. How do you feel about the burial of Damien Sandow and the push of Dolph Ziggler?
I mean, I guess there's a time for everybody, and I guess it's Dolph Ziggler's time. I'm not too big of a fan of Dolph Ziggler. I know a lot of women out there like him. Like, Dee says over here, he is kind of a Mr. Ass ripoff, and I wasn't very fond of Mr. Ass. So, he's growing on me, but he's not my favorite at all. I'm neutral, I should say. Neutral's a good word.
Sandow, huh? What about him being slammed down in the ground? John Cena pretty much buried him on that Baron in the Bank match last year.
I really like Damien Sandow. He's my face, I should say. Ever since my favorite wrestler, Alberto, kind of got
He's working with different people now,
you know? Ever since he kind of left, Damien Sandow was my backup, but
that's all right, I suppose. You like them international stars. Yeah. But how about Luke Harper? Next up was the video package with Luke Harper. Now looks like he's about to get a mat push.
Yeah, the way Bray was just talking about how
he found him, how he was lost, and you know, how Harper has broken memories.
And he was saying, you know, questioning everybody, like, what do you give a man with nothing?
Life is cruel. And he said,
and
he
he's like,
said she took, you know, his cold hands, and, you know, like just some weird stuff. Like they're cutting him loose. It looks like from the Wyatt family, and I think it's too soon.
I don't think they're gonna cut him necessarily from it, but he's gonna be his own beast behind.
He's going to be affiliated still. I think you're right there, but ultimately
Like,
he's going to be pursuing individual championships. You think?
Possibly, yeah.
Especially like over, like he's not going to be tagging with Rowan as much as what I was kind of getting out of it.
Yeah. I mean, the promo said, you know, Bray said that I fixed him up with pieces of you, and I'm going to let it free.
How about all this patriotism going on? Not just WWE, TNA as well, you know.
Yeah.
They went ahead and highlighted the Mark Henry Big Show, you know, debacle with Alexander Rusev with the flags and America versus Russia, and just on and on with it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I love our military. I love our country, but I'm not a big patriot person. A little bit's okay, but this is really... I want to just go take a bathroom break during this. It's a real snoozer, I should say, to me.
There's some people out there that really dig that, you know what, I appreciate them, and I appreciate our military out there too as well. Now, Divas, they had a Divas match, Paige and Naomi next. These are two very talented divas, and they were doing very well and getting some momentum to going, and then what happened? Dang, into the match. Yeah. Paige hit the PTO on her.
She tapped out, you know, and I was really into this match, this Divas match.
Awesome match, and they just completely just went off with it.
Like,
I mean, they gave them like 2 minutes out there in the ring.
Yeah, like I remember watching it, I was like, okay, maybe this Divas match will be a little bit, you know, better than usual, and I was like, yay, it's good, and then it was over. And I'm like, I feel so sorry for these divas because they have so much talent, but they can't do their job. I mean, just like in TNA, the knockouts, they get a full like 10-15 minutes to do theirs, and it's great. It's fabulous. Oh, yeah. But the divas, they get maybe 2
minutes, and then, you know, you get a little run in, just like tonight with AJ. She ran in at the end of the match. She did do a pretty cool Luthez press, which is Stone Cold like on Alicia Fox, who was out there with Paige. And then the CM Punk chants started. I am so tired of this girl being out there and these CM Punk chants go on. You know, it's not fair to her. She shouldn't be known for who she sleeps with or who she's with at night. It's not cool. You know what I mean? It's not.
She's her own person. She's there for herself, not, you know, who she's affiliated with in the home. Yeah, I feel really sorry for her. I mean, I love CM Punk. I mean, I got a lot of his shirts, but yeah, I respect AJ very much. She's a very intelligent woman.
Just needs to be allowed to wrestle, just like most of these divas out there. They would put on a show for you. WWE needs to take notes.
Alicia Fox and Paige. I mean, that's a very strange concept right there. I mean, It's
cool. It's cool, but they need to capitalize on it. But they won't. They're just wanting about the whole Total Divas thing.
Yeah, I wish they would have. Personally, I don't watch Total Divas. I don't really think I want to. I mean, you see it all the time on Raw, and I'm just like, what the hell are they talking about? I really don't care. If you really want to plug Total Divas, then do more promos on the Raw.
Commercials?
During the commercials. Yeah, there you go. But other than that, I think you should just keep it out.
That's right. You know, I totally agree. You know, and back to the patriotism. Here comes Big Show.
Yeah.
You know, and he comes out, and he's in a suit and tie, and he's apologizing for ripping down the flag.
To the Russian people.
To the Russian people. I don't know if this is legitimate or not. The WWE got in some trouble or not. I'm not sure. But he did pull down the flag, and it did hit the canvas of the ring. And then Rusev and Lana came out demanding a personal apology from the Big Show, not just to the people he offended in Russia.
Yeah, and he says, yeah, I know, I am sorry. I'm officially apologizing to Russia, but I did this on purpose to disrespect Lana and Rusev.
That's right. And he did say he did it on purpose, and that's when Rusev got on the mic and started shouting a bunch of stuff at him. And he seemed pretty upset, and then hit him with the...
Started
told
jabbing
him
him.
America sucks and you suck, and then started jabbing him with the pole, and then beat him up with the pole, and then gave him the kick to the head. But sure didn't stay down, did he?
No, after about, maybe a minute or two, he got right back up, and that's when Lana and Rusev started running away.
And then the USA chants, and here we go again with our patriotism.
Yeah.
Then I was hoping for just this would not happen tonight after Monday night, and I've heard a lot of people upset about this. But who came out?
Oh.
The Gator.
Oh
Slater
my
Gator
gosh.
came out, and if you haven't seen this yet, Hornswoggle is in a Gator suit now. And I was just hoping this one would go down this way.
You know what? This is terrible. I mean, I know the kids probably love this and laugh at it, but think about the wrestler right here, Hornswoggle.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry that you have to deal with this gimmick. Oh my gosh.
It's
I'd
for
be
the kids, you know, but Vince McMahon's
Ah.
lost his freaking mind. You know, they go out there, and then here comes Adam and the bunny. The bunny came hopping down there, and they ran a little spot outside the ring, and then they had this triple splash to set up the finish. Usos win. This match was terrible. I wouldn't even recommend this to my children. They did think it was funny, though. But honestly, I wouldn't. What is this stuff, you know? And this bunny, this is ridiculous. And being a full-time member of the roster now.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and the funniest part after the triple splash, when they were down, the Usos were down, they were all down on each other, you know, 1, 2, 3, the bunny gets up and started celebrating before it was even over.
That's right. And there was the bunny didn't even know how to do it.
Like he gets up and he's like, oh shit, everything's upside down. Like, yeah, I could tell you're a great wrestler.
Yeah, you've really been there a long
man.
time. This guy, man, this is some dumb stuff. I guess if you have the intelligence level of a 5-year-old, or if you're 5 or under in the crowd, then you might like Sesame Street too. All right. Vince McMahon in his Ice Bucket Challenge called out Kermit the Frog. So how does that tell you about the creative juices going on?
I think someone needs to jump in.
Reevaluate their staff.
Um,
I'm calling for you, Shane McMahon. Come back. We are calling for you. We need you in there. We need you in there real bad. This stuff is ridiculous.
I mean, or have a open ear, open mind.
That's right. That's right. I wish you would do it, man. I wish you would do it. We saw a return of R-Truth tonight, and he wasn't our Ziggler.
Yay!
He came out what's up and just like he used to. And one of the
What's
funniest
up?
things I have seen in a long time is where they were at tonight was Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh,
Now,
this is fabulous.
Reverse 2 years ago. 2012. It's Milwaukee. It's right after the Super Bowl, and Green Bay just won. R-Truth goes out there, and he shouts out, "What's up, Green Bay, Wisconsin?"
Cole.
Like a dick. Like a prick.
We're Milwaukee. We're Milwaukee. The whole match.
The whole match. Like it was a 3-minute match. Just, we're Milwaukee. We're Milwaukee. Truth, you're dumb. Blah, 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 blah. Starts standing up and stuff. So now, flash forward now, they're back in Milwaukee. Truth goes out there, and he starts,
What's up?
"Where am I at?"
Where am I at? He says it twice. Where am I at?
Milwaukee.
Where am I at?
Milwaukee. And then Cole had no choice but to acknowledge it. And he said, "Oh, that's funny. Truth is referencing a deal a couple of years ago." He didn't get into any details about it. Didn't want to look like a jerk, but Truth totally punked him out.
But Cole said that he did say Green Bay one time.
And that was
it. He didn't say nothing. He didn't want to look like that big of a jerk. I mean,
man, he totally went out there and punked Cole, got him back, and that was good. That was real funny, in my opinion.
yeah. This was a great match.
It was a great match.
I personally think it was the best match of the night.
If you've watched my previous reviews, I have, and I'm not biased by any means. I've always truthfully gone through every single match and picked out the best one to make the match of the night. Cesaro is always in it, and just like tonight, he is in the match of the night. Cesaro is showing like just excellence in the ring. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for with this guy to give him a title.
I love Cesaro.
I do too.
I mean, he is fabulous. His personality in the ring is great.
But not his entrance music.
No.
You don't like his entrance music,
No.
ambulance, even with the old siren back.
No. They really need to remake.
Why did he quit doing the swing? What's up with that? Is he hurting somebody or something, or what?
I don't think people know how to do the swing.
Bump it.
Or, you know.
Take the bump.
Take the bump. I'm not for sure.
That was
exactly
awkward. One time Cody Rhodes is all like flopping around on it.
Maybe someone got injured during it. But anyways, I mean, the last few times that Cesaro has wrestled, it's great. I love his personality. Like, what was it? He went up against Sheamus last week. Oh man, I love to rewatch that episode with him and Sheamus. I mean, there's so many great little like clips.
Oh yeah, there is.
When he was holding on to the ropes and the ref didn't see, and then the ref looked and he's like, no, not me, no. And then he grabs it again.
Guy. He's a
it
very
was great.
funny guy in and out of the ring. You know, he's very, very humorous.
And then him and R-Truth are great. They're both great wrestlers, very great technique. It was a very good match.
So,
but sadly, it was too short.
Yeah, he hasn't gone nowhere since that whole WrestleMania. So moving on was the main event of the night. We had Dean Ambrose and John Cena going against Kane and Orton again.
And you know what? There was about 20 minutes left of SmackDown.
I would say that. I'd say like 10. They didn't give these guys very much time to wrestle.
Yeah, they
still stuck a commercial in there too.
Yeah, they did before this whole entire thing happened. There was this big flashback of Monday night, and then another 5 minutes of everybody intro, and then they finally started. After 10 minutes. I mean...
Yeah, 10 minutes of intros and promos and just nonsense, honestly, you know. Get to the wrestling.
You know, that's the sad part about SmackDown is a lot of it's promos of what happened on Monday night. And...
Kane, mask on, mask off, huh? Yeah. Why don't they make up their mind with Kane? I wish they would just leave the mask on and just, I mean, what's this?
I think Kane just needs to retire.
That too.
I mean, back in the Attitude Era, when he started to come out, you know, he was this fierce man, or demon, I should say. And nobody wanted to see him. Every time he came out, it was like, someone's going to get their ass kicked. And now, it's just like,
Yeah. You know, like I said, there's another commercial in this match. The best parts were when Ambrose and Orton got together. These guys can work.
Yes, they were very good.
And Cena and Kane together was...
it was so funny because when they both looked at each other, they were just kind of like, what do we do? Like, they're staring at each other for about at least 15 seconds. And it's just like, are you going to do something?
Ultimately, this was working into a finish where Rollins would interfere. He didn't get involved in the match. He went out there, distracted Cena, and Cena went on the chase after him.
And when Ambrose wanted to tag, he runs after him, disappears, leaves Ambrose all alone, and that's when he
gets his ass kicked.
That's when Kane, you know, comes in and kicks, and they end the match, you know, and that's when
Ambrose gets his ass kicked, and you know John Cena runs back out and ends up scattering off Kane and Orton. They go up to the stage and meet up Rollins. This was a big setup by Rollins and the Authority. A pretty sound way to end off SmackDown. No major critical storyline advances, I should say. So if you missed it, you didn't miss much. But nonetheless, still an entertaining show if you're involved in the current WWE storylines. I give it a 5 out of 10 overall quality. I really like a lot of wrestling when I watch wrestling. Hence the name. So I would like to see more of that, more competition. But in this show, there was very little of that, other with the exception of a few. How do you think about that?
Yeah, I actually gave this SmackDown a 6 out of 10. I really, really am happy about the Divas. I mean, as a woman,
they did put on quality, but they didn't get the time that they needed.
But at least they did quality.
I mean,
quality is better than quantity because quantity in the WWE is terrible.
That's right.
And so, I mean, this is it was a better SmackDown than it usually has been in the past.
That's true. I give you that. Now moving on, let's go to a little rumors in the WWE. First thing I'm hearing is Brock Lesnar doesn't plan on defending the title until the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Now that is only just a couple months. It's January that the Rumble goes on. I don't think this is too critical and for people to worry. You only got Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, and TLC up until that point. So 3 pay-per-views without Lesnar. Ugh. Man, this sucks not to see the title defended, although he'd probably just keep it anyways. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
I mean, who would you pick to go up against Brock Lesnar anyways?
It's either you got Lesnar, who is a part-time guy, who's an excellent champion, who is in bad health, by the way.
Yes, very. Ever since he went to UFC, he's been
in very bad health. He's in
on
very
the
bad
edge.
shape.
I mean, he's
getting older every single day. He doesn't have what he used to have back when he debuted in 2002 for sure. You know, he's his very last match with Cena, he was sweating a lot, and he had a lot of issues.
I think he actually had a nosebleed too.
He was just not feeling well. It looked like. So with the absence of Lesnar, Daniel Bryan apparently is set to come back in Survivor Series. I'm hearing so.
Supposedly.
Let's say he does come back, is that going to immediately inject him into a title match with Lesnar, you think?
Possibly, but I don't know how well that's going to go.
I think he'll still have to work his way up. I think they still, devalue him. So it'll be some time before I think they give him a title shot. It'll be probably some squash matches, mid-card matches for a little while.
Yeah, because the Authority never liked Daniel Bryan in the first place. So him being hurt and being hurt for almost a year is not a good thing for Daniel Bryan, which sucks because us fans love him.
That's right. Roman Reigns out as well. He's nursing that injury, so
sorry, bud.
We'll see.
That's gotta suck.
Hope you come back soon.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, all in all, it was a pretty fair way to end off the week with the WWE. I'm WD.
I'm Violet.
And we appreciate you liking our wrestling show. Please hit that like button, the subscribe button, leave comments. We appreciate any feedback. We really enjoy it. We have a good time doing it. So
please leave comments. We like to know what you like about our show, what you don't like, so we can improve for you.
Definitely. I don't know. Thank you.
Have a great week.